Hi, I'm Davis.
And I'm Andy.
And welcome to another episode of Game Grazers Discuss. Hello, Andy.
Hi, Davis.
How are you today?
I'm amazing. How about you?
I'm doing pretty well. It's a lovely day outside.
Oh, feels so good. Spring is in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's last night's dinner. I'm not sure. Sorry.
So, despite it being nice outside, our question today comes from the Dungeon Creeps.
I like that name.
That's a great name. They're a three-man show. And they ship us with them, apparently.
Wait, what?
You know what shipping is?
No.
It means relation shipping. It's usually like used in like, if you like, so I'm trying to think of what an example of that is. Did you watch Avatar? Last Airbender?
The James Cameron movie, yes. No, I watched a little bit of Avatar, but not a lot.
So like if you like shipped Aang and Katara, you'd be Katang. That's like, it's,
okay. Gotcha.
or if you shipped Katara and Zuko, it's like Zutara, like that.
Brangelina.
Okay. So I guess we're the Dungeon Grazers or the Game Creeps, I guess.
I like Game Creeps.
Game Creeps. We're Game Creeps, apparently. Anyway, so Dungeon Creeps asked us a question. Shut up. Every time there's a device that dings in the background. I don't know how, I can't remember exactly how this got to be, but so on Twitter they asked, all right, you've played me for a fool, so I'll ask you this. What's the most embarrassing game you've ever played?
I see up there a Tecmo.
Tecmo?
Tecmo.
Yeah, so because I kind of like ended up like with multiple answers because I kind of construed this in multiple ways. It's sort of, there are games that I'm embarrassed to admit that I've played, and games that I'm not embarrassed that I admit that I've played, but games I'm embarrassed to admit that I really liked. So let's go with the first one. Games I'm embarrassed to admit that I've played would have been Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. Like, me and a roommate actually went out, bought the game, and played it. But I think the more ridiculous thing was his girlfriend at the time actually really started liking it, and we never played it after that.
I would be concerned about her.
I don't know. How about you?
Well, very close certainly in spirit to your answer. I actually played Dead or Alive Extreme 2, which was the hotly anticipated follow-up. I'm not going to say I enjoyed it. I still to this day wish I knew how to do the water slide part of that game. But man, that game, yeah.
Yeah, it like I just felt so skeevy playing it, you know?
Oh yeah, it makes you feel dirty.
It makes you feel, yeah, it's just, you're like, why have I bothered with this? Why did I spend money on this thing?
And so many times I'll look to see, can I see a little nipple here? Can I see a little something there? Never once did I see one of those things.
Yes.
I felt gypped.
So for the other answer, for me at least, a game that I'm not embarrassed to admit that I played, but I may be embarrassed to admit how much I played it. Let's see if I can stand up for once without exposing my belly. Whoa. Let me reach up here on the shelf and pull down my collector's edition, Final Fantasy XIV 1.0, which was objectionably terrible. Like, I don't think it scored any higher than a 4 on most grading scales.
Wow. Are you saying it should have been not 1.0, but like 0.059 or something?
The game I played when that game launched was definitively a beta. Not the fact that I played it first in open beta, but from open beta to launch, like, nothing changed. It was terrible. Though this beautiful artwork by Yoshitaka Amano.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat that. But I mean, I played it, and it was just sort of like, I can see what's here. There's something like underneath the vile putrid surface that maybe I can find it and enjoy it. I think when that game came out, I played it for about 3 or 4 months before I finally just gave up on it.
Wow.
And then they reshifted the development team, and then I came in for like the last few months before they took the servers down to launch 2.0. And that game, it was still bad, but it was much better. I think that was at least a 5 or 6.
A shiny turd?
Yeah, that they managed to polish a turd. Which they proved on Mythbusters, which is now over. You can shine a shit.
Wow.
But not this one.
That's what you did there. Well, I have to add in a couple more for me, right? So this may show my age, but I remember playing E.T.
Oh my god.
on the 2600, and that game, I'm embarrassed to this day to admit that I played it. I still don't understand it, and I can still, if you sat me down, I'd fall down the same damn holes and try to float out of the same damn holes, and it would never end until I threw the controller through the TV. And my last one, I forgot about this till like a minute ago, and that was the Bikini Zombie Squad.
What? I've never even heard of that.
It's kind of weird. There's another Japanese name in the front of that, but oh my god, that was atrocious. It was terrible. It was just wave after wave of zombies. It felt very much like a is that Dynasty Warriors?
Oh, okay. Just like beat up a bunch of people.
Yeah. They all come in these waves until you kill enough, and then suddenly these fences drop, and it was horrible. And you had to like clear the blood off your blade, and you could have different outfits for your girls. It was like two sisters. Oh my god, it was horrible.
That sounds atrocious. And kind of on a similar. I'm not embarrassed about this game at all, but it's kind of a funny like story. I picked up this game like I think when I was engaged to my now wife.
Uh-oh.
And I came home with it and I put it in. I'm like, trust me, you'll love this game. It's gonna be amazing. And I turn it on. It's got this like cute little storybook aesthetic, and it was Kirby's Epic Yarn. I meant to bring this up in a Sarah Chick's question. I think what was that 2 weeks ago, about like games outside your demographic. And she was like, "Why are we playing this? It's so stupid. It's so childish. I can't understand why you would even bother playing this." And then like 15 minutes later, it's like, "Can we keep going? This game is amazing and fun, and I love it."
She fell in love that quickly.
Yes, she did.
All right.
Thank you, Dungeon Creeps, for your awesome question. I hope we have sufficiently embarrassed. I'm kind of embarrassed.
I am afraid to admit what I just said.
I did play ET at our game night at work once.
Ugh.
Oh, I know it's not nearly as bad as you've heard. It's worse.
Yeah, it is. It's horrible. Horrible.
So, we want to hear your thoughts, dear viewers. What was the most embarrassing game you've ever played? And if you have a question for us, please let us know in comments below or tell us on our Twitter, however you want to get in touch with us, the Game Grazers. And if you like what we've got going on, please like the video and give us a subscribe. That'd be awesome.
Yes, thank you very much for the question.
Yes.
And thank you for watching.
Thank you. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you, Davis.
Yeah, we missed that time.
We got to do a secret handshake sometime.
Yeah.
All right.
That was embarrassing.
That was a little.